Good morning, all. My name is Clarissa Murray, and I will be presenting a PowerPoint on America's role on human trafficking. A little background information about myself before we begin. I am a junior here at Bloomsburg University. I am currently studying political science and communication studies. In this class, I will identify how human trafficking has affected the world and individuals that live in it. I will identify human rights that have been taken away from them without their permission, and how the government is trying to put a stop to it. Human trafficking can vary from anywhere from sex or drugs. International relations, we see that drug trafficking is happening between Colombia, Mexico, and the United States. I will identify which drugs and individuals are coming across the border and how it is turning the United States inside out. I will look at different countries, for instance, China, Russia, and examine how they are taking part in this horrible abuse. I am hopeful that this presentation will shine a light on human trafficking and understand that this is a big deal and we should find the main source and shut it down. So let's begin. What is human trafficking? Human trafficking is the action or practice of illegal transporting individuals from one place to another, most likely for the purposes of forced labor or sexual use. Individuals that are a part of human trafficking are either brought, sold, and traded. Human trafficking is a type of modern day slavery. There are three subgroups that make up human trafficking as a whole. For instance, sex trafficking, the one we said before. Two, drug trafficking, which is the act or business of illegal buying and selling drugs from country to country. For example, cocaine, meth, and marijuana. Cocaine has been smuggled into the United States for a long time from the Colombians and Mexicans, using females to smuggle in large balloons of cocaine in their stomach. They are given medicine to keep these drugs down until it's time to throw back up. There is so many things that can go wrong with this. For instance, one, the women the women that are carrying the bags can explode in their stomach and can kill them immediately. Two, they are forced, which means that they are beaten to do this harmful crime. And three, they will either be left in the United States without a visa or killed the minute the traffickers are given the drugs. Labor trafficking is the use of individuals to provide goods to help their supply and demand, meaning working off to pay a debt or just being abused like the other two. We ask ourselves, who are the targets? Victims of human trafficking can be women, men, and children, but the majority of individuals that are taken are women and young girls. According to the United States State Department, an estimate of 600,000 to 800,000 people are trafficked across international borders every year. 80% are females, and half of that 80 are children. Again, you may think that human trafficking is an industry, and the answer is yes. This is the second largest international crime industry, which is growing rapidly behind illegal drugs and arms trafficking. Human traffickers can make up to $150 billion a year, according to the International Labour Organization, reported in 2014. This industry generates a profit of $32 billion every year. China, for instance, China has been ranked the worst offenders for allowing human trafficking to thrive within its borders. Ending human trafficking is among the top priorities of the Trump administration. This statement is saying that one day there will no longer be human trafficking, there will no longer be sex slavery, or there will no longer be abuse of labor from the innocent victims. Mrs. Trump especially pointed out child trafficking, speaking on how no child should ever have to be put in this type of situation. She states this to a New York Times reporter, G. Harris, on June 27, 2007. Now, Russia. Russia's government has been supporting human and sex trafficking for years now. Russian government have been privately funding these crimes by getting their resources from several countries, as the ones you see that's highlighted. Most of the Russian population are getting their victims from Northeast Asia, Europe, and Africa. They are using women and children to import drugs from countries. Now, in the United States, according to the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2002, it states that it is illegal to use force, fraud, or coercion to influence an individual's behavior. Women from all over are being manipulated by men and are encouraged to come to the United States to work for families for hundreds of dollars, when in all actuality, they are working for less than minimum wage or nothing at all. The United States State Department states that close to 18,000 individuals are in the United States every year who take part in this harmful and dreaded conflict. There are some provisions that the United States are trying to take. The United States understand that this is a deadly issue and are coming up with multiple ideas to stop human trafficking from occurring in the United States and in other countries. This Protection Act has been a major help but will take time to deliver into other countries due to their beliefs and their government policies. Not every government is the same as ours. Homeland Security and Paving the Way Foundation, both funded in 2002, are organizations subject to human trafficking, meaning they go around talking to other people to identify what ideas they can come up with or who to target or who to pinpoint this issue and help them shut it down. These organizations are placed to catch the traffickers and ensure the victims that they are safe and sound. Thank you guys. I want to say thank you all for listening. I hope you got a better understanding as to what is human trafficking, what is the three subtitles that go under human trafficking, and know that the United States is trying to put a stop to this. I ask that if you have any comments or concerns that you ask below. Thank you.